congratulations, Simone, on your new business, Simone Roberts Resources. I wanted to make sure that I say that right. And here are my entrepreneurial tips for you. Now, I know originally I said that I had like 3, but it turned into 6. So here it goes. I am an Eastern University alum. I have a BA in Entrepreneurial Studies. First, know your worth and add tax. Secondly, never settle for one stream of income. Even with your new business, grab an innovation journal. This is an exercise that we did in school. And take each week to brainstorm ways to expand your brand or business. And don't let anyone tell you that you're doing too much if you decide to get anything to support your brand. Whether that be merch, whether that be advertisement. If you want to get a magnet on the side of your car, go for it. If you want to get a billboard, go for it. If you want to get wristbands, if you want to get clothing, if you want to get business cards with music links attached to them, whatever it is that you want to do to gain brand recognition, do it. It's fine. As long as it's within your means, do it. And get creative. You don't got to be like everybody else. Do what best suits your personality. Fourth of all, identify your differentiation and embrace your story. So differentiation is something that separates what you do in an industry of people that are doing similar things. Knowing what makes you different from your competitors, or not even competitors, but people that are in similar industries, is something that's very beneficial for you. Knowing your differentiation will help you to stand out in a saturated market. Sharing your story or your testimony, that's also a way to gain brand recognition. That is a way for you to get personal with your potential clients or returning clients, because you want to make sure that you have people that are constantly using your services. And one way to do that is by sharing your story. Talk about how you came up with the name. I love that you have your name, your family's name. You know, this is part of your legacy. You could elaborate on that. You could elaborate why you named it after yourself. You could talk about why you picked the colors that you picked, or, you know, just get personal, but not too personal, to a way where they'll feel like, where your clients will feel like they're not numbers. They're people that are investing in who you are and what you provide. Also, one tip that I wanted to give you was what the definition of an entrepreneur is. While I was at Eastern, I researched what an entrepreneur was, and surprisingly, it was a French word. So I ended up taking 2 semesters of French. That's not what I'm telling you to do. It was hard. I don't remember a thing. But entrepreneur is a French word that means risk taker. Okay? Keep that in the back of your mind. Okay? You are a risk taker, but don't just go out here gambling on any and every opportunity. What I mean by risk taker in the entrepreneurial sense is that you are a calculated risk taker, meaning that you will not invest in something unless you can afford to fail to a certain extent. Does that make sense? So if I have $200 just to spend, that's just pocket change, and I just want to see what happens, can I afford, if that investment falls through, can I afford to lose that $200? So that's what you want to keep in the back of your mind also. And don't just be, you know, pessimistic about it either. You know, you also want to surround yourself with optimistic people, people that, you know, even if it's a crazy, you know, idea that you have, or at face value, a crazy idea that you have, it's good to surround yourself with people who won't just be like, you know, well, that can't happen, or, you know, that's impossible, or, you know, find people that will say, okay, that's wild, but let's see how we can actually make this happen in a practical sense, all right, in a logical sense, in a logistical way, you know, and just make sure that you guys, you know, sit and you funnel through your ideas, like, oh, well, what can I improve on this? And also, don't be afraid to fail. Not saying that you will fail or anything, but a lot of entrepreneurs don't anticipate things not working out. And that doesn't mean that you stop your business, doesn't mean that you give up on your dream. It just means that you are always ready and willing to go back to the drawing board and reinvent the wheel, reinvent your brand, or reinvent, the way something is either marketed or perceived, or, there's a such thing as brand positioning and or product positioning. And it has nothing to do with how things are actually physically placed on shelves or anything. It only has something to do with how it's perceived in the hearts and minds of the client or the potential client, right? And then the last one is embrace the art of conversations. You would be surprised at how many opportunities have come my way simply by not being afraid to have conversations. Being a full-time entrepreneur requires you to step outside of yourself a lot and to leave your comfort zones. So, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with all of this. I'm just reiterating it. And these are the 6 that I have. I mean, if you just want to, talk more about this, you're more than welcome to hit me up. I definitely make my own schedules. So, as a full-time entrepreneur myself. So, thank you again for asking me to do this. And again, congratulations on Simone Roberts Resources. And it's going to be great. And yeah, can't wait to see. Real quick, I forgot to let you know what number 3 was. So number 3 is actually how you are your brand. If people like you, your character, your personality, your appearance, if you even look the part, they will invest in you, all right? The brand or the business is only an extension of who you authentically are.